So, about a year ago, we bought this house. It's a beautiful house. We love it. Love this tree. I love this sunroom where I sit and make comic books all day. What we don't love is in the backyard. It's the murder house. As you can see, it's overgrown. The grass is mowed now because we had to complain. If you see the large patch of raspberries right there, basically this whole back was full of those all the way through where you see these sunflowers to about that second pole, which I dug those all out last year. I have been planning and working on building a beautiful bamboo wall along here. As you can see, my first bamboo plant is sitting right here and doing quite well. It's been about 4 months that I've had it. I got it through someplace online. It got delivered. I planted it in a pot, and within about a month, it was shooting up new shoots. This is new shoot. All the tall stuff is new shoots because I took cuttings of the current stalks as soon as I saw new leaves growing, and I will show what I did with those in a separate video. Fortunately, this bed back here is next to a fairly low spot, especially down here where I have these sunflowers. So I've built up a strip that is much taller. It'll be expanded next year further back so that we can allow the bamboo to grow. I've ordered seeds online, so I know it's going to take a few years for them to really take over and start growing to the height that we want them so that we don't see the murder house. Planted this row of sunflowers to try and block some of it, and it did go all the way across until the people did finally mow their lawn and they ran over about 90% of the sunflowers. Yay. So, anyway, I might plant more sunflowers next year just to keep a little bit of the murder house from being seen. We want to build a deck over here. We'll take it right off this side door and come out to about, here, where you can see that shadow from the house, and put a nice deck on the back here. The eventual plan is going to be to have a little walkway go back along here where I planted these iris right along the base of the house. And then I'd like to go straight down that side with a wraparound porch that goes around back to the front of the house so that we have nice sitting areas all the way around the house. That joins together nicely with the garage. The garage I'm keeping closed right now because it's a mess. And I built shelves, but we haven't filled the shelves yet, so it's not worth looking at. Got that there pile of dirt a couple months ago, which I have spread out to take over this low area of the yard so that I can have a garden next year. And I still have a decent pile of dirt. I'm not sure if it's coming through because of the way the shadows are right now. I don't know. But anyway, I've been moving dirt out of there to those areas that you saw as I walked previously. And that's just a pumpkin. I threw it on the ground after Halloween last year and it grew. You can see there is one pumpkin actually growing out of it, so I guess that's a bonus. Um, that back fence, I put up a little trellis and tried to get morning glories to grow on it, but the morning glories haven't done so well as the taller weeds back there. But next year I'll work on that. I don't really care too much because it's a fence. Get those orange flower vine thing growing up there, and it gets these huge beans. I don't know if you can see them from here. If I can zoom, I don't know. There we go. I don't know if you can see them very well, but there are beans, like 3-inch long ones, on that plant. I might just plant the beans from that and let the orange flowers, which are actually quite pretty, take over the entire fence. We'll see how that goes. That weed-looking thing there is actually mint. The mint was brought to America by my mother, probably in 70, 72, somewhere right around back then, when we had visited my relatives in England, and they put it in the shoe of a toe, or toe of a shoe, and brought it to America. It was from my neighbor's garden, it was from my grandpa's house, and they planted it in their side of their garage, and it took over the entire side of the garage. So I thought I'd have some of it. It's a nice smelling plant, and it gets those purple flowers that bees seem to love. So it'll help with the garden later. This front here is where I want to have a nice porch. I'm going to attach it right out that, turn that window into a sliding door or whatever, and have a porch go all the way across there. So all these plants that are here right now will either be moved forward or otherwise gotten rid of. The tree that's right by the edge of the house there, I chopped part of it back, but my chainsaw broke. Anyway, that is the tour around the house. We will see what happens on the next video.